Hello, Connective. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Comment, like, and subscribe without smashing anything. And let's get into this energy. This is a angels and ancestors reading for the fire signs. So, fire signs, it's your turn. We're going to pull a general theme for all three signs, and then we'll pull individual cards for each sign. And it's getting dark in here, so I can't see that. Oh, wait. Archangel Raphael. Okay, I wasn't even going to comment, but yeah, it looked like a significant card. So yeah, we'll pull 4 for the top, unless something extra or something comes out, and then we'll pull additional cards. If the 4 have a message on their own, then I'll give you the message before we pull the cards. But if not, we'll just go right into the Aries reading here. Okay, actually this one does want 2. What is that? Discover your life purpose and unleash your creativity is upside down. I really wanted to turn them over, but they don't belong over. Sorry. All right. All right, hold on. Let me see this. Making the leaning tower of tarot cards. I don't have to clean that up later. Ah! All right. That happened earlier with my glasses. All right. Let me see what's going on. Ooh, it is kind of getting dark in here. I might have to turn on another light. We'll see. All right. So Archangel Raphael, the law of emergent evolution, make a new declaration for your life. Yes, this is what it is looking like. And then I've got... Unleash your creativity upside down and discover your life purpose upside down. Yeah, declaration for your life. Yes, this is what I'm getting. And then sacred plan. All right. So I'm getting spiritual awakening, but I'm getting something else as well. So it could be both. It could be a spiritual awakening with something else tied to it. Because creativity, you know, I've been saying that everybody's been creating. Most people are creating based on something that they just went through. So they're trying to like get out of something that's not fun and then trying to get into something that's fun or something like this. But this is more serious than that because this is our life purpose. So it's not just about going out and having fun. It's about, you know, your sacred plan of having a job to do. And what did that one say? Emergent evolution. Yeah, see? Make a new declaration for your life upright. So, and actually right now, Archangel Raphael is on this journey with you. It actually feels like that. So we'll see what's up. Yeah, let's pull cards for Aries. I'm wearing I've been tucking my go-to is this shungite with the Merkaba on it. And when it's outside, it kind of hits my microphone. So I've been tucking it in, but I really don't feel like tucking it in today. So if it starts hitting my microphone, just get my attention. Let me know. Just kidding. But I'll try to watch that. Yeah. Temple Path. Okay. So attachment came out, but it's upside down. And woman holding heart is upside down. So let's see what that's about. I need this one. Attachment, when it comes out upright, usually it's telling us that we have to let go of something so that we can, I was going to say ascend, but I just kind of meant so we can move forward. But it's upside down, which I kind of took as a good thing, but it's not really telling me what's good about it even being here on the table. So let's get some more cards and see what's going on in these. All right, see those? This light is like really bright, and I tried to dim it a little bit. I can tell when I'm watching my videos sometimes that it's just in my eyes. But like I said, it's getting dark. I'm gonna take my glasses off. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What? Oh, okay. What is that? Okay. Oh. It's kind of interesting. Okay, we're gonna pull these next. I feel like a lot of our readings lately have been sort of about endings so that people can, you know, move forward into change. And this does not quite look like that. This card here is keep going, and this card here is new beginnings, but it's upside down, which gave me the indication that it's like ongoing. And it's starting to come through as like a little bit of a dilemma. Okay, so that's Pentacles. Oh wait, is that? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting stuff. All right, we'll figure out what that is. That writing is too scripty for me to be able to read it upside down in the dark. It's this one. I want that one and that one. I gotta move these. These cards came out in the air signs, angel, and ancestors reading. Okay. All right. There's quite a bit here on the table. All right. So we got the temple path. We have this one is a difficult path is being revealed. Ask for help and learn that we are all connected. Ask for help and learn that we are all connected. A difficult path is being revealed. This is right after the temple path. And then attachment upside down. And then this is that new beginning card upside down. And it says, thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I am ready. But like I said, I feel like we're not a new beginning. Obviously, it's upside down, and it's upside down next to the woman holding a heart. By the way, we'll get back to that. I'm not exactly sure why that's there. But then I just turned this keep going card upside down to read it. But it's next to this keep going card. It may feel as though you've been on this path or journey for so long, and you may even wonder if you're making any progress towards your dreams. This message is a living reminder for you. It just got dark. To keep going. You're almost there. It's almost like it's playing out a little bit like a story. Okay, so the Ten of Ariel. There is so very much to be grateful for. Yeah, we might need more light. Financial success and the promise of retirement. A rich and rewarding family life. Retirement. I never picked this card up as retirement. Okay, and then next to it we have be a light to others. It's upside down. You have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. So why is that next to this like this? We have the Eight of Gabriel. A great deal of activities, sudden and immediate results, important communication. So this is kind of like this Eight of Wands energy. And this be a light to others is next to this 10 of Pentacles energy. And we have regain your focus. Trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. So grounding. Grounded is on the table. And then the sun. So life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Yeah, okay. So then down here it says change is coming. Change is coming. Okay, so change is coming. I am here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities and you're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. Yeah, maybe with your career, but I feel like the overall message is that you're ready for more. So I feel like up here, so I think I said in the beginning, like Archangel Raphael is with you. I feel like if you are having a situation that you need help with, or you're trying to do something, or especially if it has to do with a spiritual awakening, because that's all over the table, and you're having trouble with it, I think the person that you need to talk to is Archangel Raphael. So that's the first thing. I mean, Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael, and he mentioned Archangel Metatron. So again, we have other angels on the table and we'll get to them. But I think right now these might be your main three if you're trying to like transmute, or you're trying to protect, or you're trying to do something, I mean, just the thing that he has in his hand here. So, this law of emergent evolution. So I'm basically cueing in on evolution, but you know what, actually too, with this emergent type, this is kind of like, to me, like the beginning of the situation. So it's like he is walking this with you, and then you have the beginning of the situation, right? And then up here you have unleash your creativity. It's funny because I almost said confess your creativity, and then this one says discover your life purpose. Again, remember we were talking about our life purpose is on the table with the temple path, but our life purpose is upside down. I don't think we have to necessarily discover it. I mean, we might have to. We might be in a spiritual awakening and we might not know what our life purpose is or our spiritual purpose is in that. We might not even know that there's such a thing, kind of thing. But I don't think that that's important at this stage of it necessarily. I think that's why it's up here upside down. Yeah, eventually you're going to get to it. But in this part of the story, that's not what's important. What's important, let me get this card. Yeah, is the fact that it's already planned. It's the sacred plan. So it's like, it's kind of like, you don't need to know what it is necessarily right now. It's already been done. Like it's kind of laid out, like it's laid out, it's done. And it's on the temple path. So spiritual awakening, yes, but I also feel like it's not just spiritual awakening, like it's creating, like you're actively trying to create something either in your spiritual awakening, like if you're trying to discover your life's purpose and you're trying to move forward, like even really not discovering your life's purpose, but what's the word I want to use instead of discover? Exploring. So you're kind of going from one thing to another. Maybe you're not sure what it is, but you kind of like all of it. So you're doing something like that kind of thing. Again, you don't need to necessarily know what you're going to be doing right now, right? And then, so this, now we're down here with this, a difficult path is being revealed card. Ask for help and learn that we are all connected. So again, you can talk to these angels that I mentioned and these other angels that we haven't fully mentioned yet that are on the table if you want to. Part of the reason for these angels and ancestors readings is not just for us to go, put the tinfoil hat on our heads and then like send a message out and hey, tell us something, you can communicate. So, even if you didn't, like with all these angels, you still have your guides. I mean, they're present as well in these messages. So, this in this story is where your path starts to get revealed, right? There's no real timeline on this. And then, this attachment card behind it upside down is kind of like, it's almost like there's so much divine on the table that it's almost like you're gonna it's going to be a process that's going to happen like almost automatically. You're going to start to let go of your attachments. You're going to start to let go. When I first started my spiritual awakening, it was like I had made a decision about something. I don't know if I've told told this story on this channel before, but I had moved into this apartment, and it was an apartment that like somebody that I knew lived in, and it's just something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. I felt antagonized, and so that was kind of how I first got my spiritual advisor's number. Was somebody that I knew was talking about this story and telling me about this thing, and she was like, well, this woman, and I was like, okay, I need that too, because this is going on in my house, kind of thing. And so this person came over, and this was the person that ended up being my spiritual advisor, and she kind of cleared this energy out of my bathroom, and it was like it was like the minute she left, like I felt different. Well, at first I felt the thing leave the bathroom, but you know, even after she was gone, like within 24 or 48 hours, I realized my main big realization was that there were certain things that used to bother me that I didn't care about anymore. Like, I mean, at all. Like, I thought it was silly that I even worried about it in the first place. Like, I was just like, I don't care. It was like a huge weight had been lifted, and it was kind of like the beginning. It was like the first thing that happened, like before I ever started seeing energy or anything. And it was like huge. I remember, because these were things that really bothered me. Some of them were things at my job that just seemed unfair, that I didn't even care if it was unfair anymore. Like and to be honest with you, the way I've, moved forward and tried to work on things like that and my triggers, like there's certain things that should totally piss me off that don't even bother me at all, because I don't care. There's certain things that I care about, and that's what I put my energy into. So it's kind of like that. It's like almost at the beginning, this path is revealed, attachments are released, and then you had this new beginning card, but it's upside down next to this woman holding a heart, which is upside down, which is next to keep going. Now, interestingly enough, sometimes this comes off negative when this person is upside down, woman, man, holding heart, anybody, right? But I feel like it's part of this process. So you go through and you release your attachments, right? And then, this new beginning card is kind of like, to me, linked with this keep going card. It's like, we're not really starting anything. Like this path, this thing that started, this temple path, we were on this the whole time, like on our whole life. This is since the beginning. So, and not, I don't mean like our plan, so we were born, like, I mean like, even when we were going through our worst times and having our worst and our lowest vibration, we were still evolving, okay? So now we get to the point where we're at new beginnings, and then we get to this point where we're with her upside down. But I don't think this is necessarily a negative card. I feel like it's like this attachment card that's upside down. I feel like you start to kind of understand, like, again, you let go of the things that you don't really care about, things that you thought you hated, you're like, you don't have an opinion about really anymore, and the things that you truly love, the things, and especially things that you recognize as like wholesome or like fun loving, that thing that you liked about it that you couldn't really put into words before, but then you kind of see it, and you kind of see it for what it is, and it makes the experience that much more rich, because you're letting go of stuff, and you're looking at certain things in a different way, and you're not letting people hurt you in ways that are especially superficial. Right? And then, so then we have this 10 of Ariel, which is Pentacles energy, right? I'm going to have to wait for the light to flip because it's colored cards with white writing. Yeah, there is so very much to be grateful for: financial success and the promise of retirement, and then a rich and rewarding family life. So 10 of Pentacles, upright. After this kind of like keep going thing, like you start to see the rewards, and then be a light to others. I feel like this is like Hermit energy. You have a powerful message to share the light. When you're in the Hermit mode, when you're actually in a spiritual awakening, and you're in like the dark night of the soul, or you're in the void, like you're not really outward. It's a very inward experience. It's supposed to be. When I first went into the dark night of the soul, I just kind of stopped hearing my guides. I think I even told a story on it, because at one point I wasn't even sure if I could pull tarot cards anymore. I was like, what the heck is going on, and I kept talking to them for a while, but when I didn't hear anything back, I kind of, I still kept talking to them, but I didn't expect any answers. So Hermit mode. And then a great deal of activity. So our 8 of Wands energy, right? You come out of Hermit mode and you just, like glow up, Regain your focus. Trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded when you come out. There's a lot going on. And if you're in it for a long time, like years or whatever, it can be weird. Like if you were playing a game like with these people online and then you stopped and you came back, like 10 months later, huge changes, right? And so I kind of feel like even the shortest trip into the dark night of the soul or the void, I feel like you're going to come out distracted. I feel like you're going to come out with like almost kind of like energy is screaming at you, or something to the effect of, oh wow, I have to protect my energy. I've just been sort of not really paying attention to other people, which can sometimes happen when you're distracted by other stuff during a spiritual awakening. You literally stop paying attention to other people. You can do it for months on accident. So I feel like this card is more of like a disorienting card. I mean, sure, distraction is a good word, but not in the way that I think at this point that card is supposed to mean. And then we have the sun at the end. So we said Archangel Raphael, and then we said Archangel Ariel, and then we said Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Uriel. So those are all the angels. Like I say, if you're going through this, any one of them, you can like look up and see like kind of like what their specialties are, and then kind of go from there. And the sun says, life is wonderful, thrive through the power of positive thinking and aspiring success. I feel like sometimes I get the message that you're gonna go through this anyway, even if you don't want to or whatever. I mean, maybe yes here, but I think it's more than that. I think that the sun is you like actually enjoying it, like being happy about it, like being happier about it. Like I said, when you're releasing attachments and you're not as worried about certain things anymore, because you just have faith or whatever else is going on. It really changes your perspective, and it puts you in a different place. Like it totally puts you in a different vibration, and then things start to change for you. And this is saying it's not just change, it's better. It's better change, which we always talk about on this channel, but you don't usually see this like ascension process like on the table. I feel like this is highlighting the fact that, where you end up, yes, sure, but the journey, I was playing a game one time, and I'll do whatever I want, like in a game, like if they'll let me. And like there were certain things they wanted me to do in the game that made me uncomfortable. Like I remember they wanted me like have a baby, and I was like, none of these Sims are ready for a baby, So I kind of played the game however I wanted. And then I got to the point where I got stuck because I didn't have a baby when I was supposed to. I just didn't have enough people to like move forward. It sucked. And I was like locked down for a while, and I was kind of like, you did this to yourself. Like you just like really just didn't want to have a baby. And at one point I asked myself, I was like, well, do you want to just start it over? Do you want to just start it over and have a baby when you're supposed to have a baby? And I was like, no. I was like, remember that quest that I went on, and I got that stuff and I did that thing. I don't know if I could do that again. Like I don't want to start this game over again and lose those experiences. And that's what I'm talking about. This is like highlighting the experience of the ascension process. I always say it doesn't have to be miserable. You have such a, I was going to say you have and then read it, and it said you have such a bright light inside, stop dimming it. So again, if you are fighting this thing because you think, anything that might slow you down or stop you from going through this process, it's laid out in a way where it just kind of looks, well, I was going to say easy. It's rarely easy, especially if you have a whole card that tells you to keep going. But it looks like kind of pleasant in a way. Like I can't see the unpleasant things that are in between the cards that might be there that they're not showing me, because it is a general reading and it's going to be different for everybody. Really, the experiences are going to be so different for everybody. But honestly, the process itself, I feel like will be enjoyable if you're present, like if you really truly and keep your mind open to, don't judge it, you know. This is, you're not moving too slowly. Drop the self-induced pressure. You are at the sweet spot between taking care of yourself and still making advancements on your goals. On this path, there is no such thing as being behind. Smile, breathe, carry on. Like, I totally feel like that. I feel like you can't be behind because it's going to move at a certain tempo, and you're just going to keep it moving. So I think we're going to move to Leo. And then don't forget to check back at the end of this video, Aries, for like any kind of other wrap up or any other signs, like any other messages from the signs that go with your messages that you might not have seen, or you could stick around. Let's go to Leo. Okay, Leo, it's your turn. I already know generally what's on the table, so let's see how it meshes with these additional cards. Ooh, glad I flipped that over on its right side. We got our heart chakra on the table. This looks like the action card upside down, so why and what? All right, let me have one more. This one. Okay. And I'm holding a coin upside down. We want this. Ooh. All right. Oh. Really? I feel like it's the same card. Oh, we'll find out. Hold on. Yeah. I don't know. I know I've seen that card recently. All right. And that's kind of weird. I almost like took it right off the top. We'll do that. And then what's that? No way. Yeah, I saw that one recently too. So believe in its time. Yeah. All right, and then I think I'm gonna put it next to its time, and then we've got these next. All right, so we got like 6 more cards coming out. I mean, creative energies is on the table. Action is upside down, so maybe a little bit on hold. Creating, of course, our heart chakra, by the way. Some Page of Swords energy on the table. Ace of Swords energy on the table. 10 of Swords energy on the table. All right, Michael's all over this bottom row, and now we're using the Archangel Michael Sword of Light with it. So this is going to be really interesting here. All right. Let's see what's up. I don't like that. Yeah. Increase your knowledge. Oh. Oh. Okay. So if you didn't see Aries, Aries had this kind of like path of like a spiritual awakening on the table. It was literally like the steps in their spiritual awakening, or what could be, I mean, you know, general reading, but kind of laying out for everybody, hey, this is sort of what it looks like, right? Like I said in that reading, everybody's different. They're going to have huge different experiences in a spiritual awakening, especially as spiritual gifts start popping up. So, but the story mostly started, I mean, I guess it did start at the top. Let me see if this ties into starting a story at the top for you. Let me just look at these 2 cards again really quick. Yeah, I thought there was creativity. Okay. It is. It's like a little bit of a story again. So we'll tell the whole thing. So I feel like from the beginning, this angel has been with you. It's Raphael, right? Yeah, it's pretty dark. Archangel Raphael's been with you. It's almost like he's one of the, yeah. I'll tell you again why in just a second. So we have this law of emergent evolution, make new declaration for your life. And I feel like I just read that somewhere else too. On one of these other cards. So yeah, that's weird. But maybe I picked it up off of one of the other cards. When we get down to these swords, we'll take a look at it. But emergent evolution was screaming before on the Aries reading. But this kind of is more of like the declaration of your life part. With this releasing creative energy. So we have to discover your life's purpose upside down again. So when you're at this part of the spiritual awakening, when you're trying to do this and this unleashing your creativity. Yeah, release your creative energies and unleashing your creativity. So they're both upside down here. Discovering your purpose and unleashing your creativity, and then you have this sacred plan. And like I was telling Aries, you don't need to know what's happening right now because you have this plan. It's already been planned out for you. You're on track with this plan, right? So the plan is going. You don't need to necessarily. You're already in stage 4 right here with this card, so you don't necessarily need to know where it's going right now, right? So then you get to this next spot, which really came to me as like a heart chakra opening, right? And here we are with Archangel Raphael again. So 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. So on the table twice now, in here with you in the beginning, and then over here with your heart chakra opening, and then you have your release your creative energy. So now what you were doing was waiting until that heart chakra opened and then make use of them in your life. So they're kind of saying, once this is revealed to you, they want you to make use of it. You've got this action card upside down, so I don't think they want you to like necessarily take that ball and run with it. You have this the miracle of nature card. So, and I feel like I saw somewhere else we were talking about some kind of, okay, we'll get to it. So the miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. So now I feel like possibly grounding or something is coming up. There's going to be a certain point. Yeah, see, okay, so that's why action is upside down, because when you first start to figure out what it is that you're trying to do, this is most likely spiritual, but it could be spiritually tied to like love or money or something else. So again, even if you didn't really care about relationships, but you care about money, this is still important information for you. But you don't want to act right away because you need to be grounded when you do act. You don't want to just, like I said, grab that ball and start running with it. You want to make sure you got the right shoes on. So, and you're on the right field. And then you've got this woman holding a coin. So, but it's upside down, right? So I kind of feel like Aries had like the woman holding a heart upside down. Yeah. And I feel like that was kind of like them sort of changing the way they looked at, I actually used the word hate. So it wasn't just like love. It was like, it's opposite and everything around it. And I feel like this is you changing the way that you look at money kind of a thing. So again, like a similar situation in where you've got this evolution process in clear steps. But this one is more, not so much geared towards the heart. It's geared or a little bit more towards your finances, which may or may not be suffering. But if you're not suffering, I mean, this reading is telling you that you are capable of having more. Usually with the spiritual stuff comes the spiritual abundance, and then you have believe in its time, right? So you hit that point where you have believe in its time, and then you hit all these swords. So you have this page of Michael, which says trustful, perceptive, analytical, blunt, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. Yeah, I'm familiar with this card, but in the more traditional tarot sense. This is funny because we're talking about the sacred plan and then we're talking about reviewing documents. I mean, I'm kind of taking that as like you, first of all, when you have a spiritual purpose or you have whatever is going on, they give you all the tools that you need to do what you need to do. But I've said in other readings, and I think it was the other angel reading for the air signs, that I said that I believe that if you wanted more tools and you were using the tools that you had, that they were available to you, that knowledge and that capacity was available to you. And I feel like to a certain extent, this is sort of what it's talking about when it says you have what it takes to succeed, meaning you have everything that was given to you to do what you came here to do. But I believe that review contracts or documents very thoroughly is kind of like what I've been saying about free will. If you want to do something more with it, you can, right? And this says an exciting new challenge. But then over here, it's next to you are protected, but it's upside down, right? It says you are safe within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. Now, I don't think you're necessarily not safe within the bubble of light. I feel like we usually are. I mean, we always are. There's certain times, even sometimes things that we can remember that happened to us physically where we have no idea how we got through that in one piece. Trust me, you're protected. So, I think what it's trying to say here is that you need to learn how to protect yourself. For some reason, while we're talking to Leo, your priorities and your spiritual awakening might be a little bit different. Either because of for lack of better words, weakness you might exhibit that you might need to do. Sometimes when we let me just say, are a certain way, we attract certain things that we need to know how to protect ourselves from. So I feel like this is one of those situations. It wasn't quite like that for Aries. So yes, I feel like this is saying that you need to learn how to protect yourself. And then you got this truth card. Ace of Michael, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. So I feel like, again, this is you kind of learning what works and what doesn't work as far as like protecting yourself, but not just protecting yourself. It's gaining knowledge in all ways, right? This is the idea. When you first realize that you could be empowered by increasing your knowledge about protection, then you realize that you can increase your knowledge about anything you want, right? It doesn't even have to be spiritual at this point. And then this is have no fear, and have no fear is upside down. And this card said, fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. So again, might be issues or things that are making you feel like, as you're trying to protect yourself, that you might feel a little bit of fear. I mean, I had fear. I mean, I think I had fear like way before my spiritual awakening. It was just like all fear. So that was one of my things. I had to like overcome fear. Everything was fear. Like the car broke down and there was fear. I swear to God. So, when it got to the point where I realized that there was things on this planet with me that I didn't really want to share my space with, sometimes I make it sound so smooth, right? I had a hard time with my fear. I was like, there's things that are like this and there's things that are like that. And that's not even really, dangerous sentience. That's just, energy that knows it's alive. Like, certain things. And it was a little creepy. And especially energy spiders, if you've ever heard about those. I spent 2 weeks one time walking around my house going, I was like, I thank God I don't live with anybody because I would just look like a crazy person, dude. And I've seen them like as big as like basketballs. So that's again why we sage. But anyway, that's a totally different video. So anyway, we have the ten of Michaels, which is like 10 of Michael, which is the 10 of Swords energy. And it says, a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. So I feel like this is sort of like the end of your journey with this increase your knowledge card, but it's like upside down. And it says, education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. I feel like with this end situation card, I would never say that there's nothing left for you to learn, because I feel like there's always something to learn. Even if there was all the knowledge in the world and you knew it, like something new would pop up and you'd have to learn it. So never necessarily done, but I think at that point, it's like what it said, like you're going to be at that point where you've realized all the tools that you have. So again, if you wanted to start a new journey and learn a new tool and do this whole thing again, you could. Again, it's the same. We use free will the same as what we always say. Or you can take what you have and you can kind of build off of that. So saying you can increase what you have from what you have, or you can, add to it. in a different way. So in quantity. Or both, if you're so inclined. We have someone is in need of your love, offer it to them. So I see a lot of swords on the table. Probably hitting my microphone. But we do have the heart chakra on the table. Grounding. Well, I was looking at all these cards and even the ones that are upside down, and I was just going to say you can have anything you want. And then this believe card is on the table. So if it was love that you wanted to find in this, I don't know exactly where it falls. A lot of things go through your head when you're going through a spiritual awakening, as far as when you want to have people around you while you're jumping at energy spiders. I don't know where they fit in necessarily with the story, but I suspect anywhere you want them to, especially if you want some kind of support, or both of you are ascending together and you're both having trouble and you want somebody to talk. I could totally see that. And then you have resilience is one of the strongest qualities you have. It has gotten you through so many trials and tribulations in the past, and it will continue to do so. Lean on that inner tower of strength anytime that you need it. You've got this. And this is kind of like what I'm saying. You can do anything you want to do. You're resilient enough, but you always were. But it's not even just about being resilient. You have all this backing. Even though these cards are upside down, I truly feel like they're just telling you to learn how to protect yourself. Learn what you want to know. If you do have fear, get rid of it. Empower yourself in a way that you can truly do that, because unfortunately with energy there's no faking it. You can't pretend that you're not afraid. Energy will still respond to you. So keep that in mind, and then don't forget to tune in at the end for any additional messages that we're putting together with these other signs. And let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, it is your turn. I'm getting the notion of moving. Let me just, I have to buy a new energy deck soon. These cards are starting to become unhappy. I was like, which way do I need to flip it? And I thought about it and I flipped it, and it was not the way I wanted to flip it, but there it is. That's a Magician in the Mirror upside down on the left there. And then over here is a man holding a coin. He's upright, and then all tied up is upside down, so that's kind of cool. Let's see what's going on. I mean, I'm not taking this Magician in the Mirror thing as a bad thing necessarily. That it's upside down. It's starting to look kind of like the other readings in the way of it's almost like a chronological telling of like your spiritual awakening. Yeah. A little bit different, which again is kind of cool. Aries was releasing like different stuff. And then, Leo just had to learn different stuff. And you are the same. It's the same, but different. Let's see. Yeah, that one. Okay. Let's pull these. So with the Magician in the Mirror on the table for you guys, Sagittarius, there's a little bit of alchemy here. You guys might be healers. That card a lot of times is my empath and light worker, but right now like light worker is kind of screaming at me. We say it a lot. And I don't necessarily know the knowledge level of a lot of the people who watch my videos and which knowledge level they have when they're watching certain videos. But light workers, when I see like certain people doing certain things that are completely badass, like on YouTube and stuff, they're light workers, I can tell. I mean, some of them identify as, but I can tell. And it's something to see when they really dig into something. Sometimes it's impressive. And you know, I've said it before, like even if your job is just sit around and, you know, transmute energy as a light worker, you know, you're doing your job. Like it's pretty badass, like I said, but there's so many more things, so many ways to use this light, so many ways. What does that say? Okay. All right. Well, before I even talk then, let's pull the last two cards, because I've been having to pull them every time anyway, but I can also see from the way this story looks. Yeah. No. It's that one. Wow, just pulled that. Okay, so this does look like, kind of like, you know, the trip down spiritual awakening lane. Raphael's all over the table for you guys too. So start from the top, Archangel Raphael, in it from the beginning with you with the plan. Lot of emergent evolution upside down, so make a new declaration for your life. We don't need to do that right now. We're at the beginning, right? Sometimes we feel like we do, but we don't. And then this other thing too, this unleash your creativity and discover your life's purpose. So discover your life's purpose. Again, sometimes we feel like, well, if I'm spiritual awakening, well, what am I going to do? Again, at this stage of the spiritual awakening, that part's not important. What I keep telling everybody is that the sacred plan is what's important. We came up with the plan. We decided what it was going to be. The plan is in motion. I called it step 4 in the last one. And so you don't need to necessarily know everything right now. So then you've got this card, but it's upside down, right? So I call this my empath and or lightworker card, right? So upside down kind of tells me a little bit like disempowered empath. Disempowered lightworker sucks too. Because all kinds of things happen around you and it's in like total energetic chaos, right? And so I feel like you get here and it's like, release your inner rebel. So this one actually says, be yourself and create your own universe. I feel like this is part of being like kind of almost like centered and grounded. Like, yes, when things are bad enough, you have to learn the energetic, like how to like kind of function in that energy kind of thing. But I feel also that this is partially talking about the ego, because sometimes it's going to be hard to sometimes see certain things or let go of certain things if we're letting our ego get involved. And our ego could just be, we just don't want to look a certain way, or it could be something that simple. And then create your own universe here too. I feel like to a certain extent, sometimes at some point, and this isn't exactly in the beginning, you know, when we're down here in these cards, at some point we decide that we need to take control. We're like, if I'm going to live this way, then I'm going to get a handle on this in some way, shape, or form, right? And then you have this man holding a coin thing. So I feel like, in the last one, I feel like we had like the woman holding the coin upside down. And then in Aries, it was like the woman holding the heart upside down. This one's upright. I feel like we figure it out kind of early, like what's important to us in a way. Because this, like I say, this create your own universe, and then all of a sudden where our coins are kind of upright, we might not be, you know, rolling around in it, but we're able to pay our stuff where we might not have been able to do it before, right? Just because of whatever was in our minds from before. And then we have this peaceful warrior, Archangel Ariel. Thank you, Ariel, for helping me stand my ground with peace. And I feel like, yes, it's peace, but I feel like it's also us changing. It's us becoming more peaceful. Maybe we're meditating, maybe we're just that way. We're just choosing peace. But either way, again, I feel like it goes back to this creating our own universe card, right? And then we have this all tied up card, which was similar to the attachments card that we had upside down. And this one's upside down as well. We're not constrained by any anything that we're trying to hold on to. Again, we found peace in a lot of things. And so where we might have been tied up before, or where we might, you know, in the beginning of when this actively started happening, we might have been tied up. We're not now. And definitely not about those things that we were tied up before. And then we have focus. And I feel like this is part of what, you know, it all goes along with the same thing, that part of this process here for you guys was to kind of decide to say, you know what, I don't want to be upside down. I'm going to fix this. You know, I got to figure out what I need to do to fix it. Oh, look, I'm starting to see results, changing a little bit more, not holding on to stuff, and then going forward again and saying, okay, I'm going to now intensify what I'm trying to do because I've sort of learned this part here and I want more, right? And then you've got this King of Raphael, which is like the King of Cups, warm, generous, honorable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passion. See? So I feel like we were talking about, you know, kind of creating ourselves here. And then over here, we're literally holding a trident and a crown, right? And then here, we're still kind of refining that because it's not time. It says, this is not the divine right time to take action. Please be patient. The opportune moment is approaching. And it's funny because that please be patient like really stands out. It's almost kind of like saying, we know you're ready. We know you're ready. We just need you to hold on. We know you're ready. And I feel like sometimes that's why I say, like, if you want to do something else while you're waiting, do that. You know, you have this Eight of Cups. There is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. So like I'm saying, you know, you know, I know it's kind of like me. Like, I don't really know what my spiritual purpose is going to be. I sort of chose this. I did certain things for myself, and then I made decisions based on that. Feeling full well like I was planning my future alone. Sometimes things change. Wow. Sometimes things change, and we have to like reevaluate our plans. But it's that moving forward. Like, I can't just sit here energy, right? I'm just going to sit here and like wait for me to whatever. I can be patient and do something else, right? And then this says, don't settle for less. You are a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. So again, I feel like if there's something that you want to do, that's kind of like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you know, I took my coaching classes because I wanted to take my coaching classes. I mean, yeah, I wanted to be a coach, but I didn't take the classes because I wanted to be a coach. I took the classes because I wanted to heal, and then I wanted to show other people how I healed. Like, that's why I did it. And that's currently why I'm not currently coaching, because I thought it would be more fun to pull tarot cards. I'm just doing, you know, what I want to be doing right now while I'm trying to figure out what that bigger purpose is, because I know there is one. But I don't want to stop doing this either, right? So we'll see what happens. So I got the Ten of Gabriel. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. No. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. So this is like that Ten of Wands energy? Yeah, because this isn't fire. Oh. That's Pentacles. Right? Oh no, it is fire. I always think fire is pink, but fire's not pink. The orange one is fire. So this is the Ten of Wands. So this is like almost like a burden. We're talking about not settling for less. Then we're talking about this ask for help card. And then you have this put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful, but it's upside down. No, it's not yet time. Don't settle for less. There's something here waiting for you. Ask your angels for help. Help. Okay, so like I don't see any community cards on the table, but I've been saying that Raphael's with you the whole time. And there are a lot of people on these cards. We have Archangel Raphael like showing up, and then we have this person on this sacred plan, and then there's a person on this unleash your creativity, which we keep being told to do, and then this your life purpose, there's two people. And then we got the magician and the mirror. So we have the magician and the mirror. And then we have on your release the inner rebel, you have this girl on here. And then you've got the man holding the coin. You literally have a peaceful warrior showing up. Even the all tied up card, which doesn't always personify anyone, has a person on it. And then you've got this king here. And then I think there's two people on this card. I only see one, but I feel like, yes, there's another one up the stairs. And then one on here, two on here. So people to help. And like I said, this focus card is here. So you might want to identify who those people are and then ask them. And then you have someone is in need of your love. Someone is in need of your love. Offer it to them. This card keeps coming out. But it's a possibility that the person that's supposed to come help you is a love interest. I mean, they're not present on the table, but they could be. They could be this king. They could be even this magician. Like they could be a mirror of you. They could be the magician. They could be this man holding the coin. They could be any of these people. Any of these people that spark your creativity or anything that's going on during this process. And then you have perhaps you are reminded all too often just how quickly the phases in your life can shift. One change after another, you are learning to adapt and grow. Be kind and gentle with yourself. So this is telling me that this process might not be a whole lot of fun. So you really should try to find those times when you can find like peace in the journey, or something to kind of help you to not be so pressured. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a lot of pressure here, but this card is telling me that at the end of it, you're going to feel like you've been through something and not just an awakening. So you might want to consider that. For all the fire signs, you know, I feel like you're just on this journey. Like, I'm so surprised this journey card didn't come out over and over again. I guess in a way it did, the way the cards fell. But there's a lot of like timing, and there's a lot of like, this is the process, and there's a lot of like, take care of yourself, and a lot of be aware. And so I truly feel like, with whatever you're trying to do, keep those things in mind, but then just also try to keep them in mind always, because I feel like other stuff you're trying to do, even maybe just mundane day-to-day stuff, you might need to have that presence involved as well to help further what you're trying to do, to like keep your focus so that things move in the direction that you want to go. Sometimes when energy is sort of like pushing at you, like especially in the beginning of stuff like that, you really need to like have it go the way it needs to go, because you're either being bombarded, or you're tired, or you're at your wit's end. I mean, you know, before I even discovered protective jewelry, I was using my mind to block everything. So this is what we're talking about. And take any opportunity to increase your knowledge. I always say, especially if it's something that you want to know, like it's spiritual, that you want to know, that's fun, take that opportunity to do that. I feel like it will fuel your fire to help you go forward, to get more knowledge, things you want to know, and things that are fun. So keep that in mind, fire signs. Until we meet again.